was my side was
No,
from.
it's my side. It's my side.
Oh, okay.
I am the host, right? If I disconnect, everybody will disconnect.
Okay, I thought that my application is correct.
No, it's my side. It's got disconnected. So I started recording again back.
Mona, I have one question. If you
Yeah.
go Java, okay.
Java, yes.
Okay, actually, okay, no. Person service.java. Can you go?
Some service, yes.
Yeah. So here, actually, after a long time, you created under the public class services, create a method, public person. So why person came here actually?
Yeah. I want to return. So here we have to mention some return type, right? Like integer, void, string, name. So I'm going to return a person details.
Oh, that's actually, I think that I was getting.
So you can write anything, integer or string. So whatever the data type you want to return, so you need to mention that here.
So you as you give the return type person, so that's why you create another person.
Yes, I created another person, and which is having a simple constructor and one toString method.
Oh, got it.
This toString method is just to display the details. If you are not writing toString method, it will display package dot class name at the rate of hexadecimal numbers. But I want to see the details of the fields.
Yeah.
So that's what I have written this one.
Yep, got it.
Okay. Now, so far it's clear, right? Ikrama? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you another example. If we see, right, every time what we are seeing here, we are seeing arithmetic exception, null pointer exception. Does user knows this one? He don't know, right? What is arithmetic exception? What is null pointer exception?
No.
Say for instance, if you want to write your own exceptions. So in this case, the previous case, what is the previous case? Yeah, this one. See, now I'm going to transfer funds from bank 1 to bank 2. Correct? If there is no enough funds in bank 1, so user need to see there is no enough funds to transfer the message. Correct?
Right.
So how to, if you want to write your own exception message, how to write it instead of depending on arithmetic exception or null pointer exception, how to write your own exception message and how to throw it.
Okay.
That we will see. So customized exception message. So let me create a simple another class. Customized. So I'm going to write a new class, customized exception demo. com.test.cust new package. I'm going to create a new package. Package name is com.test.customize and the class name is customized exception demo, and I'm going to select public static void main. Okay, and finish it and close all those other classes. So we will be in a new, we are in new package under com test under customer, sorry, cust. So here what I want to do, I want to create my own exception message. So how to create your own exception message? So now here I am going to write a simple service called bank service, transfer funds. Okay. So this is my main class. So here I am going to, in the same package, I am going to write another class called bank service. Class bank service. So this is another class. So inside this class, what I want to do, I want to write a simple service, transfer funds, public string transfer funds. So user will give you integer account number, integer amount. If you give these two fields, what it will do, it will take the account number and it will take the amount let me write here from account, and we have to give the amount and integer to account. So you have to give three fields. One is from account, how much amount you want to transfer, to which account you want to transfer, correct?
Right.
We need three fields, right? When if you want to transfer the amount.
Right. So we need to now return that.
Yes. If everything is success, then I'm going to return status as a success. Correct?
Yeah, you don't have, okay.
For time being, you can ignore connecting to database, connecting to DB, transfer funds. So all those things we are doing, just assume here, just we are written a comment, but still we are doing all those things, just assume for time being. Okay. After that, finally we are returning a status, success.
Okay.
So now I want to call this method. How can I call this one? I need to create an object, right?
Right.
So go back to here, customizer exception, customer bank service, BS equal to new bank service, and bank service dot,
Yeah.
what is the message? Transfer funds. So I need to give from account is, this is my account, and amount is I want to transfer $1,000 or $1,000, and to account is this. So this is the one.
Okay.
So I will get status, right?
Mm-hmm.
That status I'm going to save into a new field called string status.
Okay.
So that
Then
status I'm going to print it here.
this right status. Okay.
Status colon status.
So when you use the string, so you pretty much okay.
Yeah.
When you put the string, it just pretty much you're holding back that information to status,
Yes,
right?
yes. Just I want to hold that status to a string. After that, I want to
Yeah,
display
okay.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So now let me run it. So you are trying to transfer funds from this account to this account and $1,000. Okay.
Right.
Now let me run it. So it is saying status success, fund transferred successfully. Correct?
Right.
So let me write a simple logic. So if amount is less than, if amount is greater than 1,000, then I want to throw the exception message. Means if amount is greater than, say for instance, in your account, int total amount, you have only $100. So in your account, you have only $100, but you are trying to transfer
$100.
So in your account, you have only $100, but you are trying to transfer
$1,000.
$1,000. In that case, what you have displayed to the user, we have to display a message to the user. There is no enough funds, correct?
No, there is not enough room. Right.
Correct. So in that
Right.
case, do we need to connect to the database? Do we need to transfer the funds? We need to execute all these services. We need to call all these lines. It is not required, right? If there is no enough funds, why to transfer? Why to connect database? All those things. It's not required, right?
Right, but at the same time, you are connecting to the database anywhere for getting that message, right?
Yeah, might be you have already the field before. First time once you logged in, right? So you might have get this amount. Just assume.
Okay.
So for different purpose, you are trying to connect to database. For different purpose, just assume.
Okay.
So this is for different purpose. You are trying to connect to the database. After that, you are trying to transfer the funds.
Right.
Before that, just assume you have a total amount with you. So what is the total balance with your account? You have that amount, or you have that variable. Then you are trying to calculate the
Amount.
logic. If the current amount whatever user is having, if it is less than the total amount the user is trying, then we have to display to the user, please, there is no enough funds. Some message we need to display it, right?
Right.
So we don't need to connect to the database. We no need to execute this transfer funds functionality, correct?
Right.
It's we should not do all those things. It's a waste, right? All those slides.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to stop this execution at line number 9 only, correct?
Right.
So in this case, I want to display some userful or friendly message to the user by writing our own exception class. So how to write our own exception class? So we have to write here class class. So just write a class, whatever class you need. Not enough funds. Similarly, like arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, they also classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here also I am going to write a simple class called no enough funds. Okay. So after that, what you have to do? So write one more
String, right?
constructor.
O-
So how
Okay.
to write a constructor? Just control spacebar. It will display. It will try to display, or it will try to generate a default constructor. This is the constructor, right?
Right.
And don't have any return type, and name as same as class name, correct?
Right.
So
The
just
default
declare
is
one more string field, string exception message. Just write a, basically I'm going to write, I just have written here a argument constructor. The argument type is string, correct?
right.
After that, what you have to do, you have to call here super and pass the exception message. So here, right, if you see here, right, it's giving some error message. Why? Because super means what it will do, it will try to call the super class constructor which is having a string argument.
Right.
So here what you have to do, you have to extend the extends
Then-
exception. So you have to first what you have to do, you have to write a constructor which is having a string as an argument. Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I never used super. What's the purpose of super again? I'm sorry.
Yes. What is the purpose of super? So it will look for super class, and inside the super
Oh,
class,
okay.
it will look for the a constructor which is having a string as an argument. If you
Okay.
open this exception class, right? So here
So
you will
super
see
is a
this
by
is a
default
class,
one.
right? So there is a constructor. So there is a constructor, and which
Yeah.
is having a string is an argument. See here,
All right.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it will be called. Now your exception class is ready. So this is your exception class. Now how to use it? So copy this class name. If there is no enough funds, then I want to throw this message. So in this case, who will create the exception message? Exception object we have to create, right? In previous case, who is creating the arithmetic exception, null pointer exception? JVM is creating, correct?
Right.
So in this case, I am going to create my own exception object, and the message I can pass whatever I want.
Right.
Please add enough funds, then transfer. Okay, I want to display this message. Please add enough funds, then transfer, or not enough funds to transfer. Some message, you can write whatever you want. So what is the purpose of this message? Whatever message you are trying to write here, that will be displayed to the user.
Right.
So now if I run this program, right? So let me see what will happen. So now the condition is wrong. So your trying to transfer $1,000. So amount is always greater than. So here we have to put less than. Correct? So if total amount is less than whenever you are trying to transfer, then we have to display the message. Correct?
Okay.
The total balance. Basically, it's not a total amount. You can say this one total balance. The total balance is less than whenever you are trying to transfer that amount, then we have to display this exception. Correct? So now let me run it and I will explain you back. Still again it is saying success. Why? Because
I think this sounds.
second. Okay, 1 second. Did you see any? If total amount, first of all, does it entering inside system? Okay. Yes, so here we are throwing an exception. So what we have to do? So we have to write a throw block basically. So let me write here throw. So here, so whenever you are trying to throw exception here, right? What you have to do here?
Yeah. Okay. So throw that particular to the user.
Sorry, not enough funds, correct?
Right.
So when this piece of code will execute, if there is no enough funds, correct?
Right.
If the amount whatever you are trying to transfer, if it is this confusion, if it is less than whatever the amount you are trying to transfer, if it is less than the total balance,
Right.
not less than, sorry, greater than. So in this case, if the amount whatever you are trying to transfer, if it is greater than total amount, total balance, then we have to throw the message, correct?
Right.
So then I'm going to throw the exception message explicitly. Also I'm writing here throw, so the user will receive the message. See here, why this, you did see here, there is some error. So what is the error? If you see this message, right, so it is clearly it is saying, just keep cursor here, unhandled exception type, not enough funds. So here also we need to provide a try catch, correct?
Right.
So what I have to do, just write here. So here we need to write try catch and not enough funds, correct? So let me write that one, try. So I will explain you this one. Try catch. So what is the exception it is trying to throw? Not enough funds. Did you see this? Your exception message is displaying now. So write it here. Not enough funds. E. So right here, try to display e dot print status.
Now you're getting the arrow in status.
Yes, this one we have to declare on the top. So remove this one. Should not declare. Now you understood, right, why we have written this one? Because we are throwing the exception, so we have to catch here, right?
Right.
So here what we are trying to throw the exception message, right? So that's what we are writing here, catch block, correct? So now let me run it and we will see what exception message we will receive or not. Did you see here com.test. Not enough funds? The message what we are displaying here, no enough funds to transfer.
Right.
So now user user is getting some proper message, right?
Right.
So now user know why the service is failed, because there is no enough funds. If you don't want to display this message at the client side, so then you can display clearly, write system here, system out here,
And then
exception colon. So what is the exception message? Just try to display only exception message. E dot get message, correct?
right.
Now if you run it back again one more time, so you will get no enough funds to transfer. This is very clear, right?
Right.
So like that you can write your own exceptions. So this is my own exception, not enough funds, correct?
Mm.
So this is clear, this your own exceptions.
Yes.
So basically how to write, you have to write a class
Extend.
and we need to extend the exception class.
So exception class is not like I have that mentioned that as a class name, but it is the class that I'm kind of getting that from the JVM.
Correct, yes. Basically you are writing a class which is a type of exception. So that's what we have to extend exception.
Right. And then after that, I'm putting that string.
Yes, after that you have to write a constructor which is having a string argument.
Okay.
String argument, and we have to call the super exception message. We are going to call super class, in this case is exception. We are going to call the super class constructor by passing the message. So this is the way to create exception class. Okay. And
Right.
how to use it, how to use this exception class. So whenever you want to throw any exception related to your class, so you have to write this one, throw, create the object for your class, and in this case this constructor is expecting some string, right? So you have to write like this. Just we are creating an object and we are throwing it.
Right.
Why? Because in this case JVM will not create an object, we have to create explicitly. If you throw this line, right, so these lines will not execute.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is no enough funds, why to connect with it, why to connect to database, why to transfer funds? It's not required, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Also we should not display status as success, correct?
Right.
Just we are going to terminate the process at line number 10 itself.
Okay.
Line number 12, 13, 14 will not execute because of throw at line number 10.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So this is very important. Why? Because they'll give a simple line of, if you go for any interview, right? So they will give this small program and they will write here through and they will expect what is the output here, success or exception, error, compilation, success. They'll give so many things, compile time exception, runtime exception, success, failure. They will give so many options. So whenever you are writing through, the next line onwards it will not execute. So it will terminate the process at line number 10 itself.
Okay.
It's clear, right?
Right.
Throw and throws. So whenever we are throwing at any time, so it will not execute rest of the lines.
Right.
So that's what, if you see here, right? So you are getting status as a
No.
null. Why? Because we are not returning any proper status, correct?
Right.
So let me try some positive scenario. I want to transfer only $90. So in this case, if you are transferring $90, then it will come to here. And what is the amount here?
$90.
90. So 90 greater than total. So 90 greater than 100. It's false, right?
False.
So this particular line will not execute, correct?
Right.
So then it will return status as a success. So because the user is already having $100, so he is trying to transfer only $90.
Right.
So in this case, it is success. So in this case, we should not throw any exception message.
Right.
So if you are trying to transfer $101, but you have only $100, so in this case we have to throw the message, correct?
Right.
So no enough funds to transfer.
Okay.
So this is the way to create your own exceptions, and we have to throw the message to the user, and the user will decide whatever he want.
Right.
So in this case, if user don't like this message, then user will write his own message here, correct?
Right.
So every bank having its own message, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if user don't like the exception message, then you can write here your own message. Just remove it and display. No funds are available. Some message. So user want to display like this. So in case of no funds, then display it. So that is up to the user or client, end user. So how you want to display or how you want to convey the message to the users.
Right.
It's clear, right?
I
So
have to review it
yeah,
again.
yes, you can read it, and no problem. We will discuss again one more time tomorrow also if you have any questions.
Sure.
But still, some more things is there. Exception is not completed.
Okay.
Still, we have to discuss
Yeah.
runtime exception, compile time exceptions basically. Still, it's not yet completed. Still, one more class is required.
Okay.
So what you will do, I will upload these files, and you can just have a practice, or you can run it, and you can try to give some different amount, and you can see, you can add one sys. If you are not able to understand anywhere, right, what you have to do, you have to add sysouts like this. So add here entry and add here exit. So here you can add exit.
So that shows that how I'm.
Yes, where you are here.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is one way to understand the code. There is another way to debug the code. I will tell you tomorrow. There is a debugging concept.
Okay.
You heard about the debugging? Keep debug points here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to debug the code, right? So if just keep cursor here and right click here. So generally how you are running the Java program, you are giving just right click, run, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of run, there is a concept called debug. If you debug it, right? So controller will come to the particular line. See. So now controller is there here. If you want to see the variable values, what is the from account? What is the amount to account? Did you see this? Everything it is displaying, right?
Right.
To account, amount, from account. So it will display on the runtime what are the values are coming, and so that you can able to check whether it will go to here or here. So this is also another way. I will explain you tomorrow more how to debug the code.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
So I will
Because
upload these files, and you can download it and you can practice it.
sure.
Okay, we'll connect tomorrow same time. Tomorrow will be available.
Tomorrow is Tuesday, right? Yeah, I'll be available.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, no problem. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay,
Sure.
Mustafa, we'll see you next day. Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
send you the email video file
Yes,
also.
yes, yes. I will send the email and videos to you.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
fine. Yeah, thanks. Thanks to you.